Hello, beautiful people. Hello, hello. I am so excited to be with everyone here today because today is a very, very special day. Today we get to interview the one and only Federica Mele. She is an incredible human being, and not only does she have the expertise of a manager, the skills of a coach, and the attitude of a trainer, ladies and gentlemen, but she is Italian. She is living in Dubai with over 20 years of experience, numerous certifications. She has mastered the technical and the soft skills required to embrace the best life that you can live. She works with high performance teams from all over the world, and she ensures that high performance is part of your everyday life, which is amazing. Okay, so without further ado, Federica, I am so excited to be with you and get to know your story and most importantly share it with the world. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you, Vanessa. I'm so honored to be here with you, and I'm very curious about what you're gonna ask me because I want to share my story absolutely with the others.
Yes, and the intention of these interviews is we've seen many coaches from when we first started our business 5 years ago, and they haven't actually stayed the course of their career, whether it's the hard knocks of being in business or the rejection that comes every single day from actually being a coach and to leveling up yourself to be the best version for your clients. Not a lot of people can handle that, right? And you've stayed true. I mean, with over 20 years, like that's 2 decades. That's a whole like lifetimes, you know,
Yeah.
you've stayed consistent and we absolutely appreciate that. What was it that you were doing before you started coaching? Like, how did this whole entire coaching story begin?
Well, actually, before the story of myself as a coach began, I was an employee. I was working for the first Italian banking group in a senior marketing position. And actually, I can spot two defining moments of my career and of my personal path that brought me to where I am today. And my curiosity at first, while I was an employee, pushed me to enroll myself to my first NLP coaching course. And it was in that specific context that I discovered how the thoughts and how your talk, your self-talk impacts on your life and the way you react as well to life. And so in that specific day, I decided that I would be even more curious about all this, let's say, other world parallel, because it was unknown for me till that moment. And so I started researching, I started studying, and I as well started developing more skills till the day I decided that the deep health would have been my lifeline. Deep health means that being healthy, so the physical domains are not enough to feel and to be healthy, but you have to add on top of it the power of your mind, and the power of your mind is expressed only if you learn certain tools and you exercise day by day yourself, your reaction to to the world around you.
Yes. That is so true. And like, I love the fact that you're like, the physical domain is not enough. It's the power of your mind. and being able to incorporate that will help you get 1% better each and every day. And we all know here the power of compounding. So
Exactly, absolutely. I'm the product of compounding.
Yes, indeed. So like, I mean, you have a lot of certifications under your belt, like a lot. Okay. What drove you to go and get certified? Like, do you feel, actually, this is a two-way question. Okay. One is what drove you to get certified? And then the second question within that first question is, do you feel coaches today need or should get certified to become coaches?
Well, sure. The first answer is I got certified because the need that I had to explore in that kind of depth was a certification. So I wanted to understand everything, and I want to learn how to first apply everything correctly on myself, for myself, in order then to serve the others, to pass that kind of content to the others. And then today, I think that being only certified is not enough.
Wow.
Because you need to get it. You need to be experienced in life in general. Why? Because people will bring to you practical examples of everyday life. And the more you have lived, the more you have been curious, the more you have challenged yourself, put yourself at risk, at a safe level of risk in life, of course, the more you have tested your courage, your perseverance, your tenacity, and all of this, and the more you are able to motivate, to show which is the compass that people you're talking to own, but they cannot read. And I believe that this is the real difference, the practice, because with a practice, you can be effective. Without it, you will stay in the theory, which is not enough.
Bravo. I absolutely agree with you. And I love that you brought that up, because I absolutely love people that, they can read something and they put a certain integrity behind their thoughts, and then they take action because they want to validate that, hey, I got this, I can do this. And when they've mastered it within themselves, they have even more courage to go out there and help others. It's a win-win, And I love the fact that you've done this over 20 years, over and over and over again. So I'm curious, I know that you have a beautiful family, and you come from a very loving, and your parents were educators, right? So did they kind of instill this coaching world, or did you not know about the coaching world at all? No. And then, wow.
I have never known about the coaching world, but I have always in life and in my previous job as well had the tendency, the inclination to explain, motivate, educate. So even if I was in another industry, I was this one as well, talking about other things and leveraging on concepts that were not sticking necessarily to the technical topic I was talking about, because we are not only that in that moment. So whenever we are running a business or facing a presentation in front of an audience, we are way above the technicality that we are sharing and expressing. That technicality takes form and impacts on the audience if you have your personal growth, if you are empowered, if you are confident, if you are relying on your skills. So these things must be explored by people, exercised, because they are the basics, the ABC.
Yes. I absolutely love that, because like, I believe you're one of those people, okay, that whenever someone connects with you, they get to like put almost like their shoulders go down and they're able to like be themselves and not have to pretend to be something else, you know? And I absolutely love the fact that you give people the freedom to be themselves, you know? I really appreciate that. So what is it that you do right now? Like, what is it that people can, if they wanted to learn more about, you know, working with you, or how can they actually learn more about you and what you have going on?
So actually today what I'm doing is I use what I used to present myself. I help people navigating through the change. I'm a master of changing. I am in love of changes. And what I help people to do is navigating through a change that it is either in their professional life, and I have been there, or in their personal life, and I have been there. Where in the personal life, it can be a life goal, or it can be a physical goal, because I have explored as well the, let's say, the domain of the positive nutrition as a key to, together with the physical condition and the mental strength for an empowered person, no? So I do this. I do work with individuals online. I do work with individuals offline. I do work with corporates as well, because I give talks or coaching or training sessions to their employees.
Wow, that's awesome. And can people connect with you on Instagram, or is it better on your website?
Both. I'm always receiving. Yes, they can
Nice.
connect. They can connect over a DM, an Instagram, or an email, or with a phone call. I receive many phone calls
That's
as
awesome.
well. Yes.
That's awesome. And I heard you say like that you can actually work with people online and also in the physical, you know, and I know that you're living in Dubai. So how does it actually feel to be completely location independent?
Amazing.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, going back to like why we absolutely love you so much is the whole freedom aspect of you. Like you embody freedom, you know, and for us, freedom has been the core factor of every single aspect and every single decision that we do. Do we want to pursue a business because of this? Well, freedom has to be right here. Do we want to do this? Well, what kind of freedom do we get from that? You know, and I love that. So for those people that are, you know, contemplating whether or not they want to get into coaching, you know, or maybe they're kind of scared and nervous that they haven't gotten certified, or that they don't even know if they could be a great coach, what advice would you give, you know, them?
To try to make the jump. You know, there is a gray area between, if I had to draw it on a piece of paper, between where you were and where you want to be. And this gray area is the area of the indecision, where you don't know if to stay or to go. This is where is the worst place to stay, because you are not productive at all. You are, undecisive. So your mind is not able to produce any action that will lead you, not in the past, because it's not possible, and nor in the future. So we are all scared a little bit when we need to stretch ourselves, our comfort zone. We don't know the outcome of our action towards the new. So it is very normal to be a little bit scared, but that kind of feeling is hiding an amazing opportunity. Yeah. If you really feel it, it is hiding an amazing opportunity, and you have not to shape it immediately when you decide. It will, you will figure out along the way. So please just express your ideas, make them become whatever you want, and nothing is engraved. You can always, change the plan. This is freedom.
Yes. What has been like one of the, we always say, like, how do you take a client from hell to heaven? What is a moment in your career? I mean, you have many success stories. What has been one that you can share with our audience that's like, guys, I wake up and I remember this moment and I'm like, this is what I do,
Yeah, so for this question, I would like to mention not one client, but a group of ladies. I have 4 years ago worked on a personal pro bono action in the Philippines, and I did coach women, well, actually a company of microfinance that is helping women living in severe poverty situation in the countryside, in the province, as they say.
Yeah.
And I flew to the Philippines, and for 10 days, I worked closely with them to pass as much as I knew. I was at that time working with, in partnership with another girl, Silvia, and the joy, the motivation, the ideas that were coming out of these with much respect, but consumed somehow by life, consumed ladies, was for me so so beautiful. It's still very beautiful, and I believe that that experience is covering all the years of coaching, and I have many individuals from hell to heaven stories, but this one is particularly as well emotional, because they drove, some of them drove in a bus for 6 hours just to come and share what we had to share in the classroom. So it was amazing.
I freaking love that, Federica. I didn't know that story, and it just and it just makes me love you even more, because like the Philippines to us is a very, like, to us is like, the Filipino people have such hearts, and since the beginning of our business, we've been able to not only create dynamic teams within the Filipino culture, because they're so good with like this family community, like they just love on each other. And we've been able to receive that love because of, all of the teams that we've been creating. But the fact that you went there and you actually got to experience their presence, I have so much love for that. Because when we went to the Philippines, it was overwhelming how
Yeah.
much love they provide. Like, it's just, I freaking love them. Okay. Shout out. Salamat po.
Yeah. Maraming salamat po.
Yes. Yes. Awesome. I mean, now that we're talking about the world here, where are you planning to travel this year? Do you have any plans
Wow.
to travel?
So yeah, I have plans. My very first trip will be to Germany, then to Italy for the summer, and then a little bit ahead in the year, I would love to go. I will go to Hawaii. Actually, I want to go with my kids to Hawaii.
That's
So
right.
yeah.
That's right. That's awesome. And I mean, one of the reasons why we do these interviews is because not only obviously authenticity, freedom, and just incredible souls like yourself are living in this world today. What a beautiful time to live, right? There's one question that I would really love to ask you, and I feel like you, out of all people, understand this the most. Okay. The question is, what does freedom mean to you?
Oh, I love this question. So freedom, first of all, means being healthy,
Wow.
because without a health, we are not free. We are not able to express our dreams. But freedom for me means being who I am today and decide who I will be tomorrow.
Wow. Wow. I love how simple you put that and how strong that is.
And I'm not done. Healthy, be today, be tomorrow, be wherever you want. I mean, in the world, in a cafe, in Bogota, or in Sydney, whatever. So there is the way, the freedom of location. And the last, but it's another kind of expression, is the freedom of express your ideas. So who I am and who I will be regards myself and my development. Mm-hmm. But expression means not being afraid, so not being blocked to say what you want to say in a specific moment. You want to say something because it's too important to express what we are thinking without feeling trapped because of, I don't know, whichever reason. So say, be, location, be now, be in the future, and healthy.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And honestly, thank you so much. I know that you're very, very busy. And to us, it's like, it's such a pleasure. It's such a pleasure to hear words of wisdom, especially now, in today's time where everybody feels like they're behind on things, when they feel like, why haven't I gotten to this place in my life yet? Or why am I not here yet in my business? I think it's a reminder, a great reminder from people like yourself that have been consistently pushing the needle forward, that have consistently been authentic and have always increased that 1% more towards becoming a better version of themselves. And I really, really appreciate that both Vanessa and I are incredibly grateful for you as a human being, as our friend, and as an inspiration, truly.
Grazie. I really love you as well. You are a source of energy and of inspiration too.
Thank you. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are ready for that next step in your life, for that change, and you want that expert guidance, that, hand and that support, make sure to reach out to Federica. Like, your life will never be the same. And the point here is drive home what you want. Freedom is at your fingertips. And if you're feeling stuck in whatever way possible, don't be scared to ask. Asking, when you ask, you shall receive. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
Awesome. Well, Federica, it's been a pleasure, and thank you so much for gracing us with your presence today.
Grazie. Thank you.
Awesome.